The small island of Katchatheevu, located 32 kilometers from the coast of Rameswaram, has become a point of contention between the Bharatiya Janata Party and the opposition. Prime Minister Modi cited an RTI report on the island and slammed the Congress and the DMK. The Right to Information revealed that Indira Gandhi, the late Prime Minister, ceded the island to Sri Lanka in 1974, and both Nehru and Indira held that the island was inconsequential, and under Indira's tutelage it was given away to Sri Lanka. Prime Minister Modi accused the Congress of weakening India's unity and integrity. Prime Minister Modi also questioned DMK's double standards. Foreign Minister Jaishankar said that former PM Nehru had called the island a nuisance. He also argued that this has been a live issue for a long time, as it has been discussed multiple times in Tamil Nadu Assembly and Parliament. Congress hit back at BJP and questioned the timing of raising this issue. Congress and DMK both accused BJP and Prime Minister Modi of raking up the issue right before Lok Sabha elections. But I think there is a larger issue involved here, and that is the issue of fishermen and national security. The issue concerns national security and the decision on national security in context of China, because Congress has been accusing Prime Minister that land has been taken away. But then BJP has decided to rake up every issue from 1960s till today, saying that it is Congress under whose rule national security was an issue. But at another level, BJP has decided to use the issue of fishermen because of the coastline which Tamil Nadu enjoys, the second biggest after Gujarat. So before we begin our conversation, delineate the nuance of this frontal attack by Prime Minister, let us listen in to the Foreign Minister's bite first.
We know who did this, how has the situation arisen. What we do not know is who hid this, who has been party to it, what has been concealed from the public, and we believe it is the right of the public today to know how did this situation come about. In the last 20 years, 6,184 Indian fishermen have been detained by Sri Lanka. 6,184. And in the same period, 1,175 fishing vessels, Indian fishing vessels, have been seized, detained, apprehended by the Sri Lankans. So this is really today the background. This is the issue that we are discussing. Now you can ask, why are we discussing it? And the answer is, in the last 5 years, in the Parliament, in the Consultative Committee, we have repeatedly, this issue, Katchatheevu issue and the fishermen's issue, has been repeatedly raised by various parties, by all parties, I would say. As I mentioned, in Parliament it has come up as Parliament question, it has come up in debates, it has been raised in the Consultative Committee, and in fact, Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu has written to me numerous times, and my record shows that to the current Chief Minister, I have myself replied 21 times on this issue. So please understand, this is not an issue which has suddenly surfaced. This is a live issue. It is an issue which has been very much debated in Parliament, in Tamil Nadu circles as well. It has been the subject of correspondence between the Union government and the state government. And as I said, 21 times I have myself replied to letters. Now, every political party in Tamil Nadu has taken a position on this. And here, one of the reasons why we are debating it is, in looking at these two issues, the Katchatheevu issue and the fishermen issue, two parties, the Congress and the DMK, have approached this matter as though they have no responsibility for it. as though the situation is for central government, today's central government, for them to resolve. There is no history to this. This has just happened. They are the people who are taking up the cause. That is the way they would like to project it.
In the last 50 years, this fisherman problem has cropped up from time to time. Every central government, including Vajpayee's, every central government, including Dr. Manmohan Singh's, Mr. Narasimha Rao's, Mr. Devagowda's, Mr. Gujarat's, every time we have negotiated with Sri Lanka and rescued our fishermen. Now, all that is in the past. You've been in power for 10 years. Has no fisherman been arrested in the last 10 years? Have you not negotiated with Sri Lanka and get those fishermen back? So the same Ministry of External Affairs, which is doing the job over the last 10 years, I'm presuming it's losing the job, was doing the job for the last 40 years, and Mr. Jaishankar was a part of that ministry. What is this absurd? See, according to the BJP, India became independent in 2014. And he is the first Prime Minister of India. And Mr. Jaishankar, when he became Foreign Minister, he is the first Foreign Minister of India. I mean, what are these the silly allegations?
So on this issue, I am joined by K.V. Prasad, senior journalist, Dr. A. Surya Narayanan, political analyst, Bhanuchandra Nagarajan, political analyst. A warm welcome to all of you to join my show. Let me straight away go to Dr. Surya Narayan first. Are political parties playing with the issue of national security? There are two things. One, national security, and the second, the fishermen issue. It's a fair game. You know, election season, you can take up any issue. But is it a national security issue?
Yes, first of all, thank you to this friend.
I think there's a bit of a. I think there's a bit of a audio problem with your audio problem with you. I'll take this question to Bhanuchandra. Bhanu, to you.
See, the way, the cavalier manner in which Prime Minister Nehru handled all sorts of border issues is something that BJP has every right to bring it to fore, especially during elections. Whether if it's Aksai Chin in Kashmir, Kabao Valley in Manipur, or Katchatheevu in Tamil Nadu, the opposition, the political opposition is well within its right to bring it to the fore. Okay, so look at the irony here, Kartikeya, when Nehruvian socialism was drowning India. Sorry?
Go on.
I'm hearing a crosstalk.
No, please, go on.
So the thing, the irony here, Kartikeya, is that Nehruvian socialism was drowning its own people in bureaucracy, tariq pe tariq, paper supplied in duplicates. But खुद के पास कागज नहीं था to prove that a part of the country it's his own, because the Raja of Ramnad had fishing rights till probably in the 1930s or 40s. These people did not even have proper papers. So the thing is, it's not Nehru's own farmhouse to like split and give it away to people, right? That is not statesmanship, right? So I think in all perfidy related to Sri Lanka, the DMK was a partner in crime, including Katchatheevu, or like the later issue with LTTV when Mulai Vaikal was bombed like anything and Tamils were killed in droves. Karunanidhi went and sat on a fast. So I think Prime Minister Modi and the BJP is well within its rights to bring all these issues to the fore and expose the perfidy of the Congress and DMK.
Okay, Mr. Prasad, your view? Suddenly the issue has turned up. You know, this issue could have turned up 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 6 months ago, but it has turned up right before the elections.
Well, I think, Kartikeya, being election season, a lot of issues do crop up, and this is one of the issues that has just been raised by BJP. And if one looks at it, the timing is what the Congress has questioned. Well, Mr. Annamalai, being the BJP chief of the state of Tamil Nadu, has filed an RTI, and through this, these things came up, and BJP has now opening up the issues that they want people of Tamil Nadu and the country to know. And the question is, in the last 50 years, this issue has been lingering. We have reported multiple times when you were on this fishermen issues being raised in Parliament. Now, ironically, both the DMK and AIDMK were with the BJP at one point of time. The AIDMK, when it walked out in Vajpayee's government, the DMK came into it. So it's not that this political slanging must have been continued. The issue is it has been raised. The question is the Congress will have to respond with the fact we heard Mr. Chidambaram say what he had to say. So these are these are times when political parties would try to rig the issue. But the issue is, of course, BJP has stakes in Tamil Nadu and it wants its point of view on a particular issue to come up. I'll come to one issue later.
But you know,
that
Mr.
is
Prasad, you
issue.
know, Balakot is one thing, you know, Pakistan unites no one like anything. But Katchatheevu Island, something which is 1974, do you think it can resonate in Tamil Nadu politics? Is there a constituency?
Karthikeya, the issue here is, I think you also flagged out in your initial comment, is the detention of fishermen that happen ever so regularly, right? Now, I remember several years ago, more than a decade ago, when I was reporting Defense Ministry, there was a talk, they are talking of using technology to kind of tell the fishermen on the high seas through some triangulation method or some method, if it was possible, to alert them that they were crossing the international lines which they should not go. So here we are we trying to sort out an issue? Is that one issue? I mean, political parties will also have to put them, things together and see how best you can sort out this issue using modern technology. Of course, blaming somebody for an act done, of course, it's one aspect of it. But today, how are we going to handle it? Are we going to reopen a settled equation? That's the issue I look at it.
Bhanu, you know, last 2019, the whole focus was on Kerala. If you recall the rallies and the big ticket program which BJP organized, it was all Kerala, 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 and somehow Bharatiya Janata Party was trying to depend on ADMK. This election, it's all Tamil Nadu. Imagine this, it's a national election, but the Prime Minister, entire BJP is focused on Tamil Nadu. Is it something which the media is not getting? Is there a breakthrough? Because, you know, if you go by the politics of Tamil Nadu, on the face of it, on surface, nothing substantial has happened. You know, there has been no mass movement created by BJP. But day after day, it's game Tamil Nadu when it comes to Prime Minister. Even in Meerut, he spoke about Tamil Nadu.
Yes, yes. In Meerut, he spoke about Tamil Nadu. In a recent interview with a Tamil news channel also, he spoke quite a lot about the deep issues of Tamil Nadu.
He started his interview with the Tamil channel. He has started giving out proper interviews before the Lok Sabha election. It's not a conclave, but a channel. It started with Prime Minister spoke to a Tamil channel and Home Minister spoke to a Kashmiri channel.
Yes, yes. See, one quick point before I go to the main issue, Karthikeya. See, AI is actually playing a very vital role in breaking the linguistic barrier. So it has become easy for people to immediately, automatically translate. Anyway, that's a different point altogether. See, the thing is, the issue of Katchatheevu is of vital importance to national security, not just for its territorial integrity, but also for, it reduces the psychological distance, physically also, and psychological distance between India and Sri Lanka, which is very important because you know the geopolitical games China is playing with Sri Lanka, right? That's number one. Second is it is important for the physical security of our fishermen who are actually sought, their vessels are seized, okay, right to life and property, etc. And also for the economic security, right? So their livelihood is dependent on it. So it's a very important issue, and it repeatedly comes in election issues during election time. But this is the time in which a political party, this time BJP, is taken up. And coming to the political point of it, see, all the issues that Prime Minister are taking in are such that it is very vital to Tamil Nadu, but it has natural implications. Okay, for example, Katchatheevu is like that. Katchatheevu, territorial integrity of India, but it's closer to Tamil Nadu. He spoke about, how talent of Tamil Nadu has to drive Viksit Bharat. He spoke about defense sector. He spoke about port sector. He talked about tourism. So all of this are Tamil Nadu localized, but it has pan-India implications. Or he's basically breaking the psychological north-south divide that the Dravidian parties and the Congress is trying to usually deepen. So that is the big picture that I want to put forward.
Okay, perfect, because there are two things here. One is the issue of national security and another issue is the issue of fishermen, you know. One is a hyperlocal issue, another can resonate through the India. It's not as if the security issue has not been utilized by the Congress party. I mean, so the image of Indira Gandhi was someone who could keep this nation together. Desh ki hifazat rakhna janti hai. But that was a soft approach. This is a hard approach, but national security has been monetized in elections. But then Tamil Nadu is also an issue of an expansion expansion from a party which is primarily from the north, which has no organic roots in the south, but also for Prime Minister to take up the fishermen roots. Prime Minister Modi once again raised the concern about the fishermen Tamil Nadu while attacking the DMK and accused them of only being moved by the family interest. Tamil Nadu Chief Minister Stalin questioned Prime Minister's sudden love for the fishermen of Tamil Nadu and termed the issue diversionary. But the issue is that the Prime Minister, even in Meerut, spoke on the Tamil Nadu issue. So the Prime Minister has made Mission Tamil Nadu as the most important plank of his Lok Sabha campaign as of now. Let's listen in.
तमिलनाडु में भारत के समुद्री तट से कुछ दूर, कुछ किलोमीटर दूरी पर श्रीलंका और तमिलनाडु के बीच में समुद्र में एक टापू है, एक द्वीप है, कच्चाथीवू, अलग अलग नाम भी लोग बोलते हैं, कच्चाथीवू। ये द्वीप सुरक्षा की दृष्टि से बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है। देश आजाद हुआ तब हमारे पास था और ये हमारे भारत का अभिन्न अंग रहा है। लेकिन कांग्रेस ने 4-5 दशक पहले कह दिया कि ये द्वीप तो गैर जरूरी है, फालतू है, यहां तो कुछ होता ही नहीं है। और ये कहते हुए मां भारती का एक अंग आजाद भारत में ये कांग्रेस के लोगों ने, इंडिया अलायंस के साथियों ने मां भारती का एक अंग काट दिया, भारत से अलग कर दिया। देश कांग्रेस के रवैये की कीमत आज तक चुका रहा है।
What is the responsibility of the BJP government? What is the responsibility of the now External Affairs Minister who is going on giving press briefings without lifting his little finger about retrieval of Katchatheevu? What Mr. Jaishankar has spoken in the press meet is pure hogwash. If there was a press meet, it should have been a press conference where everybody should have been asked to question him. Then they would have asked him about Chinese incursion. They would have asked him what he said about China. It is a bigger economy. How can we fight them? The press people would have asked him about that. And the press people would have also questioned him about the exchange of enclaves with Bangladesh, which was opposed by the state of Assam and the state of West Bengal. This is similar. Will the External Affairs Minister care to speak about all these things? He won't. He says he's from the state of Tamil Nadu. What has he done? That Congress has ceded Katchatheevu in 1974 in a historical fact. And if the BJP thinks that it can derive electoral dividend by raking up that issue, by giving some documents that this secretary opined, this gentleman opined, for all that we know, how can we understand the authenticity of those documents? There is absolutely nothing. The question is this. You say it is the Congress. Yes, the Congress did it. It was an historical wrong. People voted them out of power in 2014. In the last 10 years, you were here in power.
You know, Mr. Prasad, there is one thing which I have observed. You know, this controversy has led to Tamil politicians interact on an issue which has been taken up by a party from Delhi. If you recall in Parliament, you know, it would be very difficult to find a spokesperson from South Indian parties from Tamil Nadu. Barring ADMK, DMK for some time didn't even have spokespersons appointed who would interact with the press unless the issue came from Chennai. Has this issue also breaking that insularity? You know, it doesn't make a difference if it happens in Delhi, you know. Chennai functions differently.
No, I think the fact is one thing, Kartike, I pointed this before. The fisherman issue is an issue that does exist, right? And a lot of people's livelihood is dependent, as one of the fellow panelists also mentioned this. And that is what the emotional tug happens. On this issue, right at the bank, when the country is going for elections and Tamil Nadu would be voting 3 weeks or 4 weeks time from now, this issue is bound to have some kind of a, if at all, if it try and find a traction. And here I look at it, the BJP, of course, would try to price open and see how best it can make an electoral issue out of this, number one. Having, just to answer your question, I think the fact is this is an issue which is now transcending the boundaries, in the sense, otherwise, you've been in parliament, I have reported for almost 25 years with you. I mean, ever
You
so
got the
often
gist
we
of
have
my
this
you got the gist of my argument. You got the gist of it. What I meant was that it's not that the Tamil Nadu is insular. It's just that the politicians who came to parliament, they would treat certain issues differently, saying it doesn't make a difference to us. Why would we like to speak on it?
Yeah, but this is one issue which is directly raises from their coast. This is raises from the state. It's so, I think that's why they are responding. And now these are election times, so nobody would like to waste an opportunity to put things in the perspective as they feel it should be seen. So that, I think, is the thing. I don't see this beyond this issue, that they are talking, responding to what the BJP led by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, the External Affairs Minister, Mr. Dr. Jaishankar, said today in the last 2-3 days. I think this is where they're trying to, what I call, join issue with this party.
Bhanu, do you think that the fishermen issue is an issue which can convert itself into votes? One is a talking point issue, one is a narrative issue. Another is when there is a movement which happens around the booth.
See, the thing is, the fisherman issue has always been an election issue, Kartikeya. The thing is, it has been discussed so many times that people have lost interest. But the thing is, like somebody as with the gravitas as the Prime Minister has discussed this, it again regains life, right? So I think it is going to be a big election issue again. People are going to speak about it, and nothing has been done for so long is something that is going to come back again. So I think Prime Minister would have caught a nerve somewhere, right? So I think the idea of Prime Minister is to put DMK in the back foot as much as possible, because it is the political adversary, the main political adversary, right? And also, Prime Minister, as I said, was trying to break this psychological divide between North and South. That's why he's speaking in Meerut about South India. And credit to people in Meerut also that they are patriotic enough to absorb this issue. So, like, kudos to both the North and South, right? See, and also the other aspect of that is cultural nationalism, where he takes up issues like Sengol, Kashi Tangas, Tamil Sangam, so on, so that he can juxtapose what the BJP is offering against the insular Dravidianism, which you spoke about in a different context. So I think it's a full-fledged attack on the DMK that the Prime Minister is heading.
No, Bhanu, when I used that word, it was like, it was a closed area of conversation. It was easier as a journalist, to make those forays into, politicians who got elected from Karnataka, or those who came from Kerala, or those who came from Andhra. Telangana was easier because of the language, half Urdu, half Telugu, even, the coastal Andhra. But Tamil politics behave differently. But right now, the Tamil politics, barring the issue of LTT, which has been taken care of by the Sri Lankan government, for the first time after ages at the heart of the Lok Sabha elections. I don't recall which election has been where Prime Minister has been, invoking issues of deep down south. It's only this election which has happened.
No, absolutely. So I think obviously BJP is a new territory. It's like sort of the final frontier for the BJP culturally for it to conquer. So see, Prime Minister comes from a deep organization experience, right? So he knows that you need to give 100 dakkas to the wall before it breaks. So I think he's focusing on the process repeatedly, and he's hoping that something will give. And that has been his approach as well. See, people that have not won elections have been rewarded for their organization work. You look at, say Tamilisai, okay, so she has not won anything, right, and she has not expanded the party, but the thing is, constantly she was in organization work. So I think the focus of Modi ji is also, like, build the organization such that you improve the vote share this time, but also like build it for 2026 and 2029 going forward. So he's fighting on multiple fronts, and he's a very keen observer of organizations and organization psychology. Needless to say, so I think
but there is also Bhanu. There is also Bhanu. One thing I really have to say that in Modi's campaign, either it's 2014, because he did raise the issue of national security. 2019, the Balakot happened, and 2024, now it's the issue of Tamil Nadu and the island. National security is one issue which I think Prime Minister keeps it around whenever it comes to the big national elections, because he understands the power of this issue transcending caste, religion and other sectarian issues, because he knows that this binds people together. And the second is the issue when it comes to finding new constituencies. Fishermen is a constituency not based on caste, it's not based on class, and it's not based on pure religion. It's a heterogeneous constituency, it has multiple interests. So two issues Prime Minister has simultaneously taken up. It's a big new in the Indian politics. One has to wait and see how much Bharatiya Janata Party will be able to make inroads. It did not succeed in Andhra Pradesh, it has not succeeded in Kerala. The success has remained limited to Karnataka. Vote share has gone up in Telangana. That has to be given in this recent Vidhan Sabha election. It has come in 2 digits. Tamil Nadu is the new frontier.